What's going on, everybody? It's Mel with Event Party Co. And in this tutorial, we are going to go over the DSLR Booth settings version 7, which is the latest version right now, for your DSLR photo booth. So if you have the full-size mirrored photo booth behind me like this one, or even the oval mirrored photo booth like this one from eventpartyco.com, you are in the right tutorial. If you have an iPad photo booth, like a 360 or even iPad photo booth in general, you're in the wrong tutorial. And if you want to go to that tutorial, I will drop the link in the description, but you want to make sure you're in the right tutorial, okay? So like I said, I'm Mel with Event Party Co. I do coaching. I do one-on-one for marketing. I do also coaching for DSLR booth settings or iPad settings as well. And I also do one-on-one with Canva and anything else that you need for business. I got you covered. So I want to go ahead and get started, and there's a lot of tips I'm going to show you. Now, if you want advanced, you want to call me 214-853-0989. If you need help with Canva, you also want to call me as well, okay? Because I love Canva. It's amazing, and I use it every single day. So if you do need help with that and you want to elevate your business, I can help you with that. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the tutorial for this, okay? So I am using actually my desktop to go over the settings. Do not do that. I'm only doing it for the tutorial so I can show you visually how everything works. When you are purchasing your subscription, when you are downloading your DSLR Boost subscription, tip one, do everything off of your photo booth. You'll need Wi-Fi, of course, because it's Windows 10. It's like the internet. It's like a computer. Treat it like a computer, basically. So you would purchase and you would download the subscription directly off of your photo booth. Copy? And I recommend this. Grab yourself a wireless keyboard. Grab yourself a wireless mouse. Plug it in, and you'll be able to maneuver a lot quicker, a lot smoother without tearing out your hair and getting frustrated if you just go ahead and purchase that. And you want to do that just for the settings. Obviously, when you're running your photo booth, you do not want that there. You want it to run as a touch screen. But when you're doing your settings and you're uploading your images and all that jazz, please grab yourself a wireless keyboard and mouse. It's going to help you tremendously, and it's going to save you a lot of headache, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you haven't purchased the DSLR subscription, do me a favor. You want to click on the link that I will send to you or that I will give to you in the description, okay? This is the link right here, okay? And you can save with this referral. You want to go to Windows, highest quality due to using Canon, Nikon, GoPro cameras and lenses, DSLR booth, and you click on subscribe. Again, you want to do this on your photo booth directly. After you hit the subscription, it's going to give you access to enter your payment information. After you do that, everything clears through. Guess what? You're going to get an email. Go to your email. Do not go on your email on your phone. Do not go on your email on your desktop. You're going to open your email that the DSLR booth sent you off of your, guess what? Your photo booth. So open your email on your photo booth and follow the instructions. It's going to say download the latest version here. It's like a blue link. Click on it and then follow the prompts. Again, act as if, which it is, it's a computer. So once you download the subscriptions, follow the prompts, run the application, and everything should be good. If you have issues, you can call me. We can do a one-on-one, and I will help you out to the best of my ability. Okay, once you have everything purchased, let's go ahead and hop onto the DSLR booth application. Again, this needs to be done off of your photo booth directly. So I want to create a new event. We're going to do Mother's Day because Mother's Day was just around the corner, and I have some really cute templates that I want to show you that we did, such as this one. Check that out, super fun. And also an overlay as well. So we'll go ahead, create new events, and you want to call it the name of the theme that you're doing. So if you're doing a birthday, if you're doing a quinceañera, a wedding, go ahead and put that there. Another thing, and I click on customize settings. Another thing, if you're doing an event, do me a favor. have a checklist, have a pre-checklist of everything that you need to get done before the events. Please do not do your settings at the event and start uploading, because you're going to get super frustrated if your Wi-Fi isn't working properly, or if people are just coming at you. You're going to get frustrated and it's going to be very overwhelming. Be prepared, be very prepared, and do everything a day before or days in advance so you can save all of your settings and designs. So when the event comes, all you do is prop up your photo booth, you open up the application, you find the theme that you need, and you're good to go. Lock it up and you're good to go, okay? So if you do have the oval photo booth or the full-size mirrored photo booth, you have to make sure that you have the aspect ratio is 9:16, and that's going to be a vertical orientation, okay? If you have a square DSLR photo booth, hello, it's not going to be 9:16. It's going to be 16:9. Okay, you just got to change that one little thing, change that aspect ratio to 16:9 if you have the square photo booth, okay? And it's DSLR. So here we are in the welcome screen. On the right-hand side, we have the settings. I'm going to go through these settings really quick, because once you get these settings down, then you can duplicate these settings for all of your other events, and then you're good to go. So under welcome screen settings, your booth icons are going to be these right here. Here are your icons. You definitely want that turned on, because you need to have that when your guest appears. They click on print, they click on gift, they click on boomerang. It has to be accessible to them, okay? Now, under that are booth icon labels like print, gift, boomerang. Those words are going to be the booth icon labels. You need to make sure that's turned on. If it's turned off, look what happens. I can't read hieroglyphics, can you? I don't think so. So we're going to make sure those booth icon labels are turned on. Okay. In show live view, I'm going to have that turned off, because if we're doing a template of the welcome screen of the theme, we need to have that show live view off. And more than likely, we need to have that done. Now, live template preview, I want that turned on, because when a guest shows up to the photo booth, the template of your theme is going to pop up, which I love, because the guests can figure out where they need to fit in the template, if that makes sense. So I love to have that turned on. Also, it brings your photo booth to life. It comes to life when you do that. Stretch live view, fill screen with cropping. That's fine. The browse button, I have that turned off. Now, if you have that turned on, the guest can touch that button, and it will allow them to see previous sessions. Now, if you want that, you got to be cautious, because some people want their privacy, and it holds up the line as well. So we're going to leave that turned off. Now, choose template. I'm going to leave that turned off. However, let's say, for example, you had more than one template. Let's say you had this template and another template, and you wanted to offer that to your clients, okay? If you wanted that, you would choose template and you would turn that on. I have a tutorial for that, because there's other couple of things that you need to do in order for those templates to show up. If you need to know that, you can give us a call. If you need advanced settings, like I said, one-on-one, you can call me and I'll help you out. I do Zoom, I do live if you want to come here, and I can definitely help you elevate your business. Now, where it reads start screen video, this is for your animated screen. And if you're like, Mel, I'm new to this, what the heck is a start screen video? So a start screen video is an animated, I call it animated start screen. It happens right before your welcome screen. I love it. It brings your photo booth to life when it's animated. It's an MP4 file. Here's the deal. I don't upload it here. I'm going to show you where I upload it, but it's not going to be here. So ignore this part. Now, unlock button opacity. You can have it at 10%, 20%. The unlock button opacity is very important. It's going to be pretty important, because when you lock up your photo booth, which I will show you how to lock up your photo booth, which you want to do, that's going to be part of your checklist, by the way. You want to lock up your photo booth. There's going to be an icon on the top right after you lock it, and it's going to have a little lock box on it, okay? And if you ever need to go into your settings, you would click on that, and you can change your settings. You can unlock it and go to the Wi-Fi, or you go to the internet, or go to any other applications that you need. You don't want everybody clicking on that button. That's why we have the opacity at a very low percentage, because if it's very visible, if it's at 100%, people are just going to be clicking on that icon wanting to guess the passcode, and we don't want that. This isn't a guessing game. We're running a business, okay? So unlock button opacity, 10, 20%, whatever suits you, whatever you can see, but not for the entire public to see as well. Session trigger, touchscreen, space S, that's fine. You can leave that turned on. Guest QR code, we're going to leave that turned off because we don't want our guests to scan the QR code and start messing with the application off of their phones, okay? So that is turned off. Okay, so we're done here on the welcome screen. We're going to hop onto the capture screen now. The capture screen over to the right, we're going to look at settings really quick. Show live view, that's fine. You can turn that on. Crop live view, I usually have that turned on. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Mirror live view, I have that one turned on as well. Totally up to you if you want to turn it off, turn it on. Now, live view rotation. This is important depending on your camera. So, of course, if you have a DSLR booth, that means you have a digital single reflex lens camera. And more than likely, that's going to be your Canon, that's going to be your Nikon, whatever. We recommend the Canon Rebel T7. That's what we have. If you need to purchase the whole bundle deal, like the photo booth, the Canon Rebel T7, and the printer, we have the full bundle package, and you can use our LTO options, 39 today, start your photo booth business right away, or any of our event business right away, and you get the products immediately, and you can start your business immediately and do the payments over time. Anyways, I thought I'd just throw that in there. But because I'm talking about live view rotation, this will depend. This is going to be different depending on which type of photo booth you have. So the mirrored photo booth, the way it's set up for us is you have to move your camera at an angle, okay? And you mount it on an angle. If you need help with camera settings, I have the one-on-one for that. You want to give me a call and I'll show you how to do the camera settings and also the printer settings and all the other jazz. If you have it at an angle like that, it's going to be 90 degrees, okay? 90 degrees. Now, if you have like a square photo booth, more than likely your square photo booth or even your oval jumbo photo booths are going to sit like exactly flat, and that'll be 0 degrees. You won't have to change the live view rotation. But again, if you have to change your camera, that means you're going to have to change your, if you have to change your camera angle, then you're going to have to change your live view rotation to more than likely it might be 90 degrees, okay? Auto trigger camera, I have that turned on. Flash screen white, totally up to you, on or off. I'll leave it on. Cancel button, I like to turn that on just because when it has that X button, it'll have an X button at the very top left. And when you're taking test photos or someone's taking a photo, they don't like it or something happened, I just hit that cancel button real quick and it just restarts the whole process again instead of doing the whole entire taking 2, 3, 4 photos, whatever it is, okay? So this kind of speeds up the process by having that cancel button turned on. Countdown color, white is fine. Photo thumbnails are going to be here at the bottom, okay? I love that turned on because it tells the guests how many photos they have left and they can be prepared for. And we'll leave those at the bottom, okay? Now, next is going to be sharing screen, So for the sharing screen, I know this looks off because I'm using my desktop, remember that? But it'll look very accurate when you're on your photo booth. You want the aspect ratio obviously to be 9:16, the screen orientation to be vertical. I'm not going to go over that because it should already do it for you based off of your welcome screen. Let's go over to the settings though, okay? The settings, skip sharing screen. We can have that turned off. That's fine. Done button, we can have that turned on because that will speed up the process too. If someone's done, you just hit done and move on to the next. Sharing icon locations to the right is perfectly fine. Text labels, again, I don't read hieroglyphics, so we're going to leave that turned on as you can see. Final screen timeout, 30 seconds is perfectly fine. Show original photos, show a single image without template. Okay, this is going to be up to you. I have some clients that tell me, hey, Mel, I don't want that. I don't want my clients to get the original photos. I just want them to have the one with the template. Okay, turn that off. And then there's going to be another way to do it as well, which I'll show you later. So we'll turn that off. Retake button, I have that turned off because we want to speed up this process. Okay, get back in line if you didn't like the photo. Anyways, So retake button, we're gonna turn that off, okay? We gotta have fun in this tutorial, guys. Email. Now the sharing screen, sharing settings is gonna be totally up to you. I recommend email. I recommend text message. And then if you have a printer, obviously you want the print turned on. If you don't have a printer and you're just doing digital, you need to turn that off, because if you leave it on, then it's going to have that option to print, and they're going to be bummed out when you don't have the printer to print. Okay. So assuming you have the printer, I'm going to leave that turned on as well. QR code is cool just in case. And then WhatsApp, if you're international, we're in Texas. We have a lot of international people. It's great. It's a great melting pot. I love it. So many cultures. Anyways, WhatsApp is very important if you're doing international. Okay. So I'm going to have pretty much all of these turned on because that's what we're offering. Now, this is version 7. This is the latest version. DSLR Booth is now offering SMS messaging for $10 a month, which is pretty cool because you can either do Twilio or you can do it off of the DSLR Booth SMS. Twilio is a little complicated. I'm not going to lie. I do have Twilio for my marketing services. It's a little complicated to get it start up. Now for the SMS, if you go through the photo share or the DSLR booth, it's so easy. I mean, you can get texting instantly, like super quick. I just did it right now. If you want to learn how to do that, you can call me. I'll show you how to do it. It's super duper easy, or you can set up a one-on-one. Okay, so this is done. Now we're going to hit the drop down menu, and then we're going to click on general, okay? General. Now this is important. You want a security pin. Do me a favor. Remember that security pin of what you're going to put in there, okay? Because when you lock up your photo booth, which you need to do, it shouldn't be optional. It should be a requirement. When you lock up your photo booth, if you need to ever unlock it, which you will need to do, you will need a security pin to do that, okay? So put in a security pin that you're going to remember. Four numbers, good to go. Everything else, I'm going to leave it the way it is. This is like mucho advanced, and I'm not going to do that, okay? I want your photo booth to get up and running quickly so you can make some money right now, and you don't have to worry about all of the stuff that you don't necessarily need, okay? So we're done here. And isn't that exciting? Okay, so after general, we're going to go to capture settings. Capture settings is going to depend on what you're providing for your client. Are you doing a photo? Are you doing a print? Are you doing a GIF, a boomerang, or a video? In this tutorial, I'm just going to do, let's just do photo, GIF, and boomerang, okay? If you want to do a video, cool, go ahead and do it. I have another video on how to upload music to your video. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description as well on how to do that. It's fun, especially when they get the video and it has like maybe a certain type of song. Maybe it's a wedding song or someone's favorite song. You can have it on there. I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's stick with photo, GIF, and boomerang for this particular tutorial. So the photo will have that turned on. Everything, guys, is going to be like default. So I'm going to run through this really quick. So 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Cool. Also create GIF. Totally up to you. Okay. I'm going to leave that turned on. I like the twofer. I like if someone says, you know what, I want a photo and I don't want to stand in line for a GIF. I'm just going to get it while I get my photo. Then awesome. Let's just do that. Okay. So I am also going to leave that turned on. Now, if someone doesn't want a photo or a print, they just want the GIF, they can get the GIF, okay? So the GIF is turned on. Again, I'm going to run through this real quick. A lot of it's defaults. 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 500 milliseconds. Cool. If you want to reverse the GIF, you want to turn that on. That's cool as well. Some people do it. Some people don't. Mess with it. It's not a deal breaker, guys. It's just a setting, okay? So I'm just going to turn it off for now, but if you want it turned on, put it on. Photos to capture. I think 3 photos is more than enough. It has it on 4 photos. I'm going to change that to 3 photos. And look at this. If you're trying to tap here and you're like, oh my gosh, Mel, it's not turning to 3. You need to tap on this blue on the side, okay? And that's how you change it. Quick hint there, because I have a lot of my clients are like, it's not working. And I'm like, oh, no. Don't do it there. Do it on the blue dot where that line is at and start tapping there. Okay, so if you want to do the image overlay, bada bing, bada boom, this is where it goes for your image overlay, for your GIF, and then for your boomerang. I will say this. I do not know why. Maybe someone can help me with this. But the transparent PNG file, that's what you need to know, which is great. So if you're on Canva and you need to do an image overlay, you need to be transparent, it needs to be PNG. But if you're like, why isn't it not uploading correctly? It's not 720 by 480. It's probably 480 by 720. Quick hint there. Scroll down, boomerang. Same thing, very similar to a GIF, okay? So we're gonna leave that says 5 seconds, 50 milliseconds, and then we're gonna move this all the way down to 3 seconds so we have some time for the boomerang, okay? 1 second is not enough. So 3 seconds is gonna be enough. And if you're doing the image overlay, again, transparent PNG file, and also you wanna do a 480 by 720. Guys, I'm giving so much information here, so I hope you're taking notes. Hit the drop-down menu, go to camera settings for me. Okay, so I understand that this looks kind of weird. Don't worry. When you do your test run, it's going to come out accurately. Okay. You want to make sure if your rotation of your camera on your photo booth is at an angle, it needs to be 90 degrees. Okay. And if you have your settings in program mode and it pops up with a red exclamation point that says go to manual, I leave it on program mode because it adjusts the aperture and the shutter speed. That's why we have it on program mode, okay? Um, as far as where it reads enable webcams, it's because I'm using my computer. If if you have your camera connected to your photo booth, this part right here should read your camera. It should, if you have a Canon Rebel T7, it should read Canon Rebel T7. It should, okay? If you need help with that, then you probably need to get a one-on-one with Mel, and you know where to go, eventpartyco.com, or you can call 214-853-0989. Okay, virtual attendant. Very important, but we're not going to do a whole lot of things. Virtual attendant is important because you want to make sure, first off, it's turned on. When you have this turned on, you know how when you're at your photo booth, it says select an effect, looking good, get ready. This is where the virtual attendant, all the magic happens of behind the scenes of the voices. This is where it happens. A lot of it's default mode. Luckily, you don't have to really upload anything because it's good to go. So I'm only going to go over a couple of things. One, here's the voice. Here are the accents, if you will. So you can do different accents: American female, American male, British, etc. So you can click on any of those if you like. We're going to stick to American female. I think that's perfectly fine. Now the start screen. Now remember, in the beginning of this tutorial, I was like, hey, if you want to elevate your photo booth business and you want your start screen to be animated, don't do it here. Do it here, actually. So this is where you want to upload it. It has to be an MP4 file, and this is where you would upload it, okay? So you click on choose, find the file, and then drop it there. And that's how you make your photo booth come to life with all the cool animations. So this is where you do it, just a heads up. And then everything else, guys, we're just going to leave it the same. It's default. Hit the drop down menu, and then we're going to go to print layout. Print layout is where you upload your template. Now, this is a very old template that we had in a previous event. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that really quick because we are going to upload this one, this pretty one. And I'll show you how to do that here at the very end, how to do all of that. And then we'll do a real live. Now this one's turned off. I'll show you a real live photo booth experience with this oval one, if that's okay. Okay, so a couple of things I want to go over here. So over here on the left-hand side, very important. The paper size is going to be 4x6 more than likely, especially if you have a DMP QW410 or a DMP RX H1S, 4x6, okay? And as far as your resolution, your 300 DPI or dots per inch, that needs to be the same, 300 dots per inch. Your orientation, we're going to be doing a horizontal today. And we're going to upload that. It has to be 1800 by 1200 pixels. Okay. And that's all we need to know here. So hit that drop down menu, click on effects and stickers. Now, it will not show me effects and stickers. What I love, I'm going to try it one more time. Here we go. Effects and stickers. Pardon me. So I love the effects and stickers, and I'll tell you why. You do not need it for every event, okay? So you only want to use some of these features depending on what your client wants. It's also great value that you can add to your photo booth package as well. So if you're trying to differentiate yourselves from the rest, it's all going to be about value and what you can bring to the table, especially if you're doing customizable themes or the customizable templates and icons and stuff of that nature. I can help you with that, but that's elevating your business to a whole nother level where you can charge more, where you have the ability to charge more and you have the validity to charge more and the credibility to charge more as well. So the beauty filter, we're going to leave that turned on. And after you leave that turned on, you're going to click on configure. Guys, who doesn't want a beauty filter on? Of course I want a beauty filter on. So again, you're going to click, 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 and then you can drag it over. I'm just going to put around 50 or so, and then I'll save settings on the top right, okay? Now, the filters, I love filters, but you might not want to use filters for every event because you probably want to speed up the event. But if you do, and if you want the ask user to choose, or if you want to apply automatically, you can do that. So we'll ask user to choose, and I'm doing this so the photo booth will be more interactive with the clients, with the guests, and they get a really cool experience with it. Click on configure. Again, you do not have to do this. It is optional. But look at all of these filters. I have them all turned on. But let's say I didn't want them all turned on. Maybe I just wanted this one, the black and white theme. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these filters or where they came up with these names for that matter. But Nashville, okay, so we're going to use these. Once you select the ones you want, just go ahead and save settings. After that, you're going to go to stickers. Now, stickers, I call digital props. Stickers are basically digital props. So if you have a guest that comes to the photo booth, they take their photo, it reads select an effect, and they can choose the filter, and then it'll have props. Pardon the mind, I said props. Then it'll have props on the right-hand side. And they have your generic props that DSLR Booth has is going to be like your top hat, your glasses, like I think a martini glass. And you can grab those props and you can put them on your picture, okay? Now you can do customized stickers or customized props. And I show you how to do that in the Canva to Cashflow course if you're interested. It's pretty cool, especially if you want someone who, if you have a client who is like, they want everything customizable, then it's a really good course to get and you can do some really cool stickers on there. Okay, so hit that drop down menu for me and let's go to background removal. Actually, I just wanted to show you this really quick. The background removal, I like the AI. Some people like the green screen. You're going to have to mess with it and figure out what you like. I cannot tell you what to do in this situation. I personally like the AI. It does take a while to process. I wouldn't recommend offering it to every client. Absolutely not, because it takes a long time to process. But you can upload your images here. And when you're doing AI or even green screen, I wouldn't do video. I wouldn't do GIF. I wouldn't do boomerang. I would just keep it simple and do a picture or a photo. Just a heads up on that. Okay, hit that drop down menu and click on survey just to go over this really quick. So if you're doing like a hotel or restaurant or even a corporate event and they want to do a survey on their employees or on their guests, this is a great way to do that and a great way to offer. Again, you're adding value to those corporate people and saying, hey, I can do a survey for you if you like. This is where you'll do it. Okay, click on the disclaimer. Now the disclaimer, we want that turned off, okay? However, the disclaimer has some really great information. And if you need help with like your contracts, guess what? I have an event rental success kit that is amazing. I got lots of great ratings on it. It has 2 customizable contracts that you can upload to Canva. And I would get this disclaimer and I would add it if you can for your photo booth or if you do event rentals as well. Those customizable contracts are on there. And the kit has a lot more information in it if you need to know more information on how to start or how to boost your event business, pricing strategy, the contracts, as well as the sales process, and so much more information. How to get Google reviews. It's great. Anyways, you want this turned off though, because it will ruin your photo booth experience if that disclaimer pops up and your guests are like, they take a photo and they have to read this whole contract. No, don't do that. It's a vibe killer. So we're going to leave that turned off. Hit the drop down menu and we're going to go to sharing settings. We're almost done with this, guys. Okay, sharing settings. This is very important, especially the photo share cloud, which I'm not going to dive deep into because to me that's like a little session that I would like to do one-on-one with. But the photo share cloud over here on the left, enhanced sharing turned on, upload original photos, I'm going to turn that off, okay? Because like I mentioned earlier, I had a client and I have to agree with her. She's like, Mel, I really don't want my clients getting the original photos. I just want them to get the template. How do you do that? This is where you'll do it. Upload original photos, turn that off, okay? All right, so over here where it reads email. Okay, I'm all about marketing. I'm all about sales and strategy because at the end of the day, you can have the best templates. You can have the best, I don't know, decorating. But if you don't know how to do marketing, you don't know how to do business or strategy, then you're going to be kind of, I don't know, hidden from the world. So let's talk about marketing really quick here. From subject and then also your body. Okay, where it reads subject, here's your photo. How about here's your photo from Event Party Co. If you have right here in the body, here is your photo for your next booking. Give us a call 214-853-0989 or visit us at eventpartyco.com. Okay, you see what I did there? So just a heads up, I would definitely add that and be very careful with your HTML. Do it like how I did it right here. Send a test email, please do, because you want to make sure that whoever's getting your emails, it looks good. So make sure you're sending a test email and to prepare just in case if it's not good, you can fix it. WhatsApp, if it's turned on, here's your photo from Event Party Co. Again, SMS, here's your photo from Event Party Co. It's all about branding. And then you could do and add whatever you want, maybe your phone number, what have you, okay? And again, I had mentioned this earlier. This is the latest version, I guess you could say, of the tutorial because I have another tutorial, but there's a lot of changes that have happened. The DSLR booth, they are always updating their settings. And this is another update that they did. The messaging provider, they never had this until like a week ago. So they always had Twilio. And unfortunately, Twilio to me, I love you, Twilio, because I use you for my marketing and for my CRM, but it's really difficult. It was really difficult for me to get that, and it took a long time. So now the DSLR booth is offering messaging plan subscription, and it's $10 a month and you have to have the subscription obviously to get it. So I just did that today. It's active, it works. I tested it out and it's phenomenal. So I'm very happy that they are offering that. Just a heads up. All right, hit the drop down menu. After sharing settings, we're going to go to, I think that's it. Oh my gosh, are we done? I wanted to go to sharing status. Did we do sharing status? We did sharing settings. Oh, print setup. My bad, guys. I'm going way ahead. Okay, sharing settings, print setup. Okay, if you have a printer, I'm not going to do the printer settings here. I actually have a video for that, and I'm not sure if it's just for our clients or I have it out to the public. If you did buy a photo booth from us, you did do a lot of free tutorials on how to do camera settings, printer settings, and some other great stuff. But if you're new to this and you're not a client with us, you can still get one-on-one or get mentorship from us as well. To configure your printer, I love the DMP QW410 or the RX1H1S because you can do cuts. I can show you how to do customizable cuts. Like for example, pardon me, let me see here. If you want to do like a Polaroid, or if you want to do cuts like a 2x6 or even do 2x3 cuts, check that out. I actually have that tutorial in the Canva to cash flow. Again, I'll drop that link if you're interested in the Canva to cash flow course. I go over the printer, how to do the printer and configure the printer to cut the sizes. Okay. So, pick it up if you can. But if you are using the printer, I show you how to install it as well. And it would have to read right here, DMP QW410, whichever printer you're using. Okay. All right, so over here on this side, print automatically, I have that turned off because not everybody's going to want a print, and you can save your printer paper for another day. So I'm going to have print automatically off. Now, granted, if you have an event and they paid for the prints and you want to get this event really quick and done and want to get the prints done quickly, then you might want that turned on, right? But I would say probably most of the time you're going to have that turned off. Now, show print button, you want that turned on only and only if you're printing or you're offering printing services, okay? So show print button, I had that one turned on. Print to both printers, we don't have two printers, we just have one. So we're going to leave that turned off. Auto rotate to fit on, limit prints. Okay, so up to you. I'm going to limit my prints, and I usually do like one because we're here at the store and I don't want people, I just want them to take one print or just do it digitally because we are just showing it for display purposes. So if you need to change those settings to whatever your specs are going to need for that particular event. Okay, as far as print sharpening medium, perfectly fine. Okay, hit that drop down menu, and after that, we want to go to sharing status. Okay, sharing status. This is important. On the pending side, you want to look at that during the event if you can, and also post event. Because if you have anything pending, that means that those emails, those text messages, the print, well, actually not the print, or the QR code, the WhatsApp was not sent. So you have anything, if any number in this column, that is because it's pending. And maybe your Wi-Fi is not working properly or your hotspot is not working properly. Now, the client will get these items once you have internet connection. So just keep an eye out for that. Heads up, pardon me. Hot tip. I will put this in your contract. If pretty much something along the lines where, hey, if the Wi-Fi is not working, the mobile hotspot isn't working, something along those lines, that the guests will not get their photos, give yourself or give the company 24 to 48 hours to send those images. That kind of puts, like, to me, a safety net in what your client can expect as well. I'm all about being proactive, but yeah. And get a mobile hotspot if you can. I don't know how many stories I've heard from our clients that said, "Hey, I went to an event. They said they had Wi-Fi, and guess what? Their Wi-Fi wasn't working, or it was working and it's just very glitchy." Get a mobile hotspot. Invest in a mobile hotspot if you can. And if you're just starting out, you're gonna have to be at those events. I would recommend using your hotspot off your phone if you can for a couple events if you don't have the money for that just yet, okay? There's a way to get around this, people. We're done. Okay, so let me show you a couple of things. And pardon me, guys, I'm just getting over a cough and over a cold or whatever the heck I had. So pardon me as I'm drinking the water. Okay, so this is the Mother's Day template. And this is going to be the animated start screen. Isn't that just beautiful? So that's what it's going to be. And then this is going to be the welcome screen. This is going to be the template. And I also created some beautiful overlays, PNG transparent files that are going to go, check this out. So those are going to go at the corner, and it's going to give that really cool, I call it a good 3D effect, if you will. And it's going to go over the image. So in order to do that, we're going to start from the very beginning. And the very beginning is going to be the welcome screen. Okay, so boom, check this out. Here we are. We're going to go to screen editor, and we're going to go click on image. Oh, you know what, guys? I didn't download these. Let me download them. Okay, so I'm going to download these really, really quickly. Voila. And if you, again, need the Canva to Cash Flow course, I highly recommend it. Okay, so that is downloading, and I need to download these really quick. And I recommend this too. Label. Now, I don't think these are labels, so I'm not leading by example, but label your your templates and all of your designs. It's going to help. So pardon me if I get the wrong image when we are uploading some of these to the photo booth. Okay, PNG, transparent, boom, and boom. Okay, love it. Okay, so back onto our photo booth. I should have done it correctly. Download, download, downloads. Okay, so which one is it? Oh, we're gonna find out. Okay, so I have got to, I think this is it. Yes, okay, this is it right here. So we got the image here, and let me tell you, it fits perfectly in the frame. If your image is not fitting perfectly in the frame, you did it wrong. Okay, call me. So after it fits, you're going to send it backwards a couple of times because we want those icons, the print, the gift, the boomerang, and if you have a video, they need to be showing, okay? Here's a quick tip and a quick hint. This icon right here, my beautiful happy Mother's Day, I want to look for it here because I need to lock it up. Now it's locked. The reason why I want to lock it up is very, very frustrating when I start moving these icons and I accidentally move this and it goes out of place. It's very frustrating. So just a heads up. Now check out these icons here. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. I have customizable icons. If you want me to teach you how to do these and turn them into a beautiful rose or something else, I can teach you on the Canva to Cash Flow course. All right. I don't have it in this tutorial because I'm running out of time. There's another way to do this, guys. You can, if you want to get the right size, you can kind of overlay it on top and you can make sure that you have the right size. Another way to do it really quick up here, if you scroll, 234 by 234. This is wrong, 234 by 234 or 234 by 234 or whatever dimensions that you want to choose, okay? We're going to leave it like that. That's fine. Okay, so this is just tutorial anyway. I am a perfectionist. Okay, hit the drop down menu, go to virtual attendant, and then right here, choose MP4. Here we're gonna add media, and then here it is. There we go. And then we are going to choose. There it is. One more. Go to print layout, go to image, and I think it's going to be this one. I'm on a roll, guys. Okay, so this is it. This is a template. Now you're probably wondering, Mel, like where are the pictures at? Hello. Okay, before we do that, we're going to do this. Lock it up. Y'all are going to love me because I'm teaching you guys some of these really tricks that are going to help you so you don't get frustrated. You want to lock it up because now you can't move it. You see me trying to move it? You can't move it. Now we're going to hit photo from booth. Look at that. Hit it again. Hit it one more time. You got 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to blow it up. Okay. Now let me tell you, it helps when you have a wireless mouse and a keyboard. Because if I didn't have this, it would be very frustrating. Let me tell you. Okay. So let me get the one to where I really need it to be, the size I need it to be. And I'm going to leave it like that. Dimensions. You could either go here and you can make it, you can overlay it on top and you can do it that way. That might be the quickest way if you're in a real big hurry. The other way you can do it is go to the dimensions, like I mentioned earlier for the icons. And you can do it that way as well if you really want to get it perfect, okay? So this is pretty much done. I want to move over just a little bit. Okay. Another thing, I'm going to lock up photo 1. And I'm going to lock up photo 2 really quick. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to get these beautiful roses. I want them to overlay. So to do that, I have that image already downloaded. I'm going to click on image and it's going to be this one right here. Voila. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to rotate it. I love doing this. It's so fun. Okay. And then we're going to resize it. Oops. There we go. And then put it here. And then I'm going to, I'm sorry, guys, I'm really good at computers. Control paste. I controlled copy, controlled paste if you want to do that. Or you can go ahead and click on image again and find that image. So and then put it right here at the corner. Now, isn't that beautiful? If we wanted to add another one, we could add another one here. We could add some butterflies and put them there if we wanted to, but we're gonna leave it like this. Okay, we are done. Now, I wanna show you the full result, the full experience. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to hop onto my photo booth and I'm gonna show you how it goes. So let me see here. What can I do? How can I do this? Let me, whoop. Okay, let me flip it over. Check it out. Okay, so this is everything that we did on the DSLR booth. Look at the animation here. Isn't that beautiful? So then what we're going to do is just tap it. And this is the welcome screen. Then we have print, gift, boomerang. So let's go ahead and do a print. And look, so that's the live template preview. Now I need to be further back, so bear with me on that. And I need to probably put my lens camera further back. But here's the template, photo 1, photo 2, photo 3. Cheese. And check out that beautiful overlay right there. Okay, file. Last one. Excellent. Select an effect. So we have the filters, remember? So if I wanted to choose a filter, I could choose a filter. I'll just leave it like that. Now, these are going to be the digital props like I was talking about earlier. Now, if you wanted to take those off, you could. Or if you wanted to do customizable customizable props, you could upload them as well and have them here. I'm going to move forward. And this is it. So if I had a printer connected, I would have print, I could text it, email, QR code, WhatsApp, whatever we needed to do, and then done. And move on to the next guest. Isn't that so awesome? Okay, let me go back. Okay, thank you guys for watching. All right. Okay, so we're pretty much done. I think we are done. So I went over a lot of the settings, went over some hot tips, hot tricks as well. If you need more help, you can call me. We can do a one-on-one. I absolutely love doing one-on-ones. If you need help with Canva, I love doing Canva. I got an award, received an award from Canva for the top 5%. So if you do need help with Canva, I can show you how to do that. There's also a Canva to cash flow course that I developed and I put together myself. And it's a lot of great videos. It's videos. It's not like a PDF or anything that you have to read. These are videos, how-to videos, and they're not on YouTube. So I apologize. It's only on the Canva to cash flow course. What else? If you need help with marketing, call me. If you need help with sales strategy, I got you covered. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, you can also go to PhotoShare Cloud. I can talk more about that on one-on-one, but you want to make a habit to go to PhotoShare Cloud to look at all of your videos from your previous events. I will show you because I'm actually on there. Let me show you really quick. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, let me log here. Here's my events right here. And let me sign in. So here are some of the events that we did. We just did this event. This is actually my iPad. We had a 360 event, and this is some of the cool things that we know what she's doing. Here we go. Let's try this one. Oh, there's one right there. And this one was kind of cute as well. That was a fun event. But if you need to learn how to do like Luma Booth, this is actually Luma Booth. If you need to learn how to do DSLR Booth further, I can help you as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, if you learned anything, do me a favor, let me know. If there's anything I could do better, let me know as well. I know I do talk fast, but luckily this is a video. You can go back to it. But yeah, if you need products, go to eventpartyco.com. If you need help, you can also give us a call at 214-853-0989. Have a great day and be sure to go to the description below and click on the links to purchase your products if you need to purchase your products, to get the mentorship or to get the courses. I'll help you out as best as I can. Have a great rest of your week. I thought we were done, but we're not. Guys, you were supposed to remind me. We got to lock up this photo booth. Come check it out. Really. Okay, so let's say you're on your photo booth. This is the unlock button opacity. It's at 10%, but I can see it. And let me go ahead, and I think this is my code. Perfect. So if you are ever done, let's say you're done with your settings and you're ready to launch an event. So what you want to do is you want to click on launch an event. And you hit that drop down menu. You hit lock. Make sure you hit lock. And then boom, it's locked up. They can't exit out of here. They can only stay in the photo booth, okay? Now, if you're done with the event or you have to go back into the settings, again, you're just gonna click on that unlock button. Oops. That's why we have that cancel button there. Boom. And then you type in your code, and then you're back to your settings, and then look, you're back to the internet if you need to go to the internet. I thought I was forgetting one thing. We're officially done here. You've learned everything. Have a great week. Have a great rest of the year. And let's go make some money out there. Bye.